Hey guys, and welcome to another live stream. Hold on while I set everything up here. I'm glad to see everyone's coming on board. And yeah, Happy New Year, guys. I guess this is the first video after New Year, and haven't done any on-demand videos yet. Planning to, I'm hoping to get one done tonight, but that all really depends on a lot of stuff. So let's see what's going on. First of all, shout outs for people that's been waiting. I know there's about 9 or 10 people that were waiting before we were coming on, so that's really kind of cool. Got about 10-15 second delay, so I got to remember that for the trivia when we get to that part. So we have a full lineup today, so let's go ahead and let me just go ahead and double check really quick. You guys could hear me, hopefully. Giving me sound check on here. Hopefully you guys could hear me. At least that's what OBS is saying, that I am actually streaming audio, because I always forget that. Anyways, welcome. Anyway, shout out to Sean Williams, Crystal Shack Aquatics, Ricky B Fishing. Who else do we got here? You guys were talking up a storm before I got on here. For Shikla guy. And Fishner Vlog, how you doing, buddy? Always good to see him here. Whoa. Naya Pan Makakim Bala Samdaram. It kind of rhymed, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but welcome to the live stream. This is definitely the first time I've seen here. Red Aquatics, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Monster Fish, Matt's Monster Fish. Awesome guy, awesome YouTube channel. We'll go over in a bit, actually. He's one of the highlights I actually got. See what else we got here. Ryan Riley, Marcus Studios, Lawrence Kibler, Jesse James. Jesse James. Awesome name. It's Jesse from CK. How you doing? T Riddle from CK Fishworld, I think. Jesse from CK Fishworld. Nice, awesome, nice to see you on board. River Life, how you doing? Fishner Vlog again. Oh yeah, I already seen that. Okay, cool. You guys could hear me. Awesome, very very cool. Lots of good things coming up, and we did get a couple questions here. I mean, someone asked how to do a paintball regulator. Really, you get a regulator that either fits on a paintball tank, which when you buy a regulator, it'll say if it fits on a paintball tank or not, or you can get an adapter. The adapter goes on the regulator and then goes on the paintball tank. So you could do it either way. The problem is if you get an adapter for a paintball tank and you get a regular adapter or a regular regulator, it'll sit oddly. Okay, so you'll have to kind of it's tip your tank, which is not recommended, and then put your regulator on so you can actually see it. So you have to put the regulator kind of upside down so you can't have an attached bubble counter on the regulator itself, and that's a little hard to explain here. If you watch my CO2 series, I explain it all there, so check that out. I believe it's video 2 or 3, something like that. It's one of those, but I explain it all there. ING, thank you. I started my first CO2 setup. Really awesome. Good to hear. How you doing, Petsonics? Let's pull up some final things here. Also, just to let everyone know, before we go to the feature topic, we got some people here that have their own YouTube channels. They're from the group Team Green Alliance, and really that's kind of a aquatics channel. Like to get together, they support each other and stuff. I've been on there trying to teach a lot of channels. They have a lot of potential, a lot of them, to do some really good stuff and really enjoyable. They just need to fix some stuff up here and stuff, and I've been there advising them and stuff. So yeah, and there's other things coming on board with what I've mentioned before is the Aquatic YouTube Coalition. I was talking to my friend Jeff, who is the Loach guy, and we've been talking about maybe starting something that I've started like in the tabletop gaming community, which is a little group of YouTubers like getting together and try to grow together kind of thing. So we're actually working on that. Let's see how it works. I mean, been through so many. I missed that group back in the tabletop game. We all became really good friends and stuff. So that was one of the great things that came out of it. I think the best thing that came out of creating the Wargamers Consortium, there was a little group of YouTubers for tabletop. So I kind of want to think about doing the same thing, and that's kind of what I've been prepping the group, the Aquatics YouTube Coalition group, to do. So hopefully I'm gonna talk to Jeff more, and then we're gonna figure things out. So yeah, Madfish Steve, how you doing? Madfish Steve is in the house. Marcus Seuss says again, how do you motivate yourself to make videos knowing that you weren't getting many subs in video? You just do it. You have to do it. You have to make the videos and then share where you can, because some groups don't allow you to share it. But one thing I did do a lot was I sat in a lot of live chats, like Corey's live chat, especially back when he was doing a lot of it. It was back in the shady where his live chats were not extremely like overloaded with a lot of people, but enough people. And I met a lot of people, a lot of other Aquarius YouTubers, Aquarius people who follow, and I talked to them, and then when Corey can't answer questions, I chime in and ask some questions. And that's I think a lot of that is where I started meeting a lot of people, and a lot of people started subbing the channel. And when I got enough subs, 100, 200, and then I did a video highlight on, Corey did one of those channel highlight thingies where you submit your video. I did one of that, and it gave me a little, like, maybe 20 subscriber boost and stuff. So that little 100, 200 sub actually was what kickstarted. Okay, first of all, I went from my tabletop gaming to this. So I got maybe about 50, 70 subs, somewhere around there just from that. And then just started doing videos, hang out in live chats, hang around in some groups, and just kind of answer people's questions. And then we talk in private IMs, and I tell them, hey, I have a YouTube channel, check it out, and stuff like that. So that grew about 200 subscribers to the Corey thing, 250 subscribers. And from there, I just had a good seed to push the channel, and just started making videos, not quitting, and just making videos that I know will work, right? And that's usually how I went with it. Sorry for the hands. It's kind of how I need to do it. Bad habit, I guess. Maybe bad habit. I don't know. I've been convinced getting a calcium reactor. Can't wait. Don't really know anyone in England that uses them. Well, Manchester, England, anyways. Okay, calcium reactor. I don't think you really need one for freshwater tanks, but I'm assuming you're talking about maybe reef water tanks. Yeah, you're reef dog. So yeah, most likely, yeah, you're doing a marine tank. Calcium reactor is great. Works great. See, Jim Michael said, what's up? I'm in Florida. Been a hobbyist 55 years, still learning, always learning new stuff from you, brother. Awesome. Good to hear that. Glad I'm not making these videos for nothing, right? Playing around one of those small paintball setups, CO2 setups, see riddle. I must have done something wrong because it emptied after 6 hours. Could be a leak somewhere. Could be a leak or a bad regulator itself. What you do is you can take a spray bottle, small spray bottle, fill it with water, put a little dish soap in it, and just spray all around it while it's on, and then you can see if any air leaks are there, because the air leaks will create the bubble from the wet soapy water. And that way you could isolate where the leaks are and try to fix it. Most of the time, if you don't use plumber's tape, that will definitely drain your tank. I noticed that. I always use plumber's tape. I'm trying to upload 2-3 times a week. That's good. That's a huge schedule. I used to do that too, but it drove me nuts. 40-hour jobs, come home, do videos. Oh, it drove me nuts. But it'll help you grow your channel faster. It doesn't here's the thing. The more videos you put out per week, the more your channel will grow faster. Okay, it's not saying that it won't grow. It just won't grow as fast if you do one video per week or one video per month. It'll barely move with one video per month, but it really depends on your setup. Again, as I mentioned to a lot of TGA members, you have to really look at your channel as on its own and compared to others, but mainly look at it as on its own because its own unique thing. And your unique thing really depends on the schedule, how you do it, and stuff like that. Again, a whole new board game, something that we're going to talk about later, not here though. Yeah, and you're right. Fishner Vlog it does cause burnout. You gotta watch out for that. I've burned out more than enough time. Hey Ryan, nice to see you made it. Iwation King, nice to see you again. I will be adding clay to my substrate for iron because I'm not using CO2. Oh well, adding clay to my substrate for iron cause no, it will not. It will help your plants. Go ahead and add iron. It's not bad. Just don't overdo it because you kill some of your livestock if you overdose on iron. I have what I consider highlight in the form of 250-watt floodlights on the standard 75. That's not very high on the standard 75. You're looking at 20 inches, 22 inches height on the tank. I would have went with 100 Gs. You're gonna need 2, obviously, because it's 75 gallon. It's decent light. It'll get you low moderate lighting, so it's all right. It's not bad. I would have went with the 100 watts on the 75 gallon. River Life, you use your advice to manufacture video trap and previous posted videos. Finger crossed. Cool, dude. Good luck. It is. It takes time to build video traps, but it does work very well, especially if they are very popular. So yeah, we'll talk more about those later. Yeah, you guys gonna get a lot of questions about making YouTube videos because a lot of these guys are in here today, and I've been helping them with that. So sorry about to my regular, viewers. I took your advice upgrading my lighting received today. Awesome. Lighting is always a good key to make better videos, for sure. Yeah, it is a Reef tank. Awesome. Good to hear that, Reef Dog. Calcium reactors are really, really good. Glad you got one. Yeah, work on your B-rolls, man. B-rolls. Always good to have extra B-rolls. All right, so I will be right back. What we're going to do is go to our featured topic, and yeah, I'll talk at you in a bit. Okay, so our featured topic today is about bubbles per second on your CO2 and when you're injecting CO2 into your tank. Now, I get a lot of questions about this, so that's why I've made this the featured topic for this live chat, this live stream. So basically, it goes like this. A lot of people ask me, well, what bubbles per second should I run my CO2 when I set it up in my tank? First of all, there is no general rule. I mean, well, there's a general rule, but there's no exact rule that I could tell you could do 3 bubbles per second no matter what you tell me what you have in your tank. Only mainly because the way that CO2 dissolves in your tank, if you watch my CO2 series, is it's based on temperature, based on pressure where you're at in your tank, especially. So you live in a higher elevated area, less pressure, lower elevated area, more pressure kind of thing. Depends on the temperature, depends on the makeup of your water, depends on how much carbon's in your water already, stuff like that. A lot of factors weighs in on how fast CO2 or how much CO2 is in your tank and how much oxygen are you putting in your tank. Because remember, oxygen and CO2 levels are independent of each other, so you gotta kind of elevate each other at the same time. It's all about equalizing both factors, CO2 and O2 together. More O2 in your tank, the more CO2 you can put in your tank, the more CO2 will fit in your tank, okay, if you have that CO2 level up high. And it's a misconception that people are freaking out if you promote O2 in your tank, you're going to lose CO2. It doesn't work that way. You're going to lose CO2 whether or not you're going to cap it sooner or later. You just don't want to cap it where you don't have enough O2 and then gas your fish, okay? So bubbles per second. This is what we have to do. This is what I always say. Start at 1 and adjust from there. Now, this is not a short game. This is a long game. Okay, so when you do bubbles per second, you start at 1, you have to wait and watch and see how your plants are doing. Now, there's a faster way of doing that, but this might take weeks, maybe months, to figure out the perfect way to go. 1 bubble per second is always a good way to start. Okay, and you start adjusting, see how your plants are doing. Okay, it all depends on your light level, it depends on your nutrient, how you dose your nutrients as well. Because if you don't give it enough light, the plants are not going to grow enough to use all the CO2 you're giving it, or not enough CO2 you're giving it. Or if you don't put enough nutrients, the plant's not going to grow fast enough. Even if you give it enough light, even if you get enough CO2, all it's going to do is waste the light, waste the CO2, because the plant's not growing fast enough to use either the or, because you're not providing any nutrients to your plant. So remember, that tank balance thing I've talked about in plenty of my videos is that you got to reach that balance. So how do you figure out how many bubbles per second in your tank? Very easy. Like I said, it's a game of test, okay, of patience and waiting. Try 1 bubble per second. If it looks like your plants could do more, put 2 bubbles per second after a couple of weeks. See how that works. You wait a couple of weeks and then do 3 bubbles per second, or go lower if you have to. Okay. Now, like I said, there are faster, more accurate ways to doing it. One of it is to actually measure your CO2 in your tank, and there's 2 ways to do it. Okay, and that again is in another video, but I'll tell you how to do it. There's two real accurate ways to it. There's actually 4 that I can think of. Or is it 3? 4, 3, I don't know. First one is first one that I don't suggest is using a check. What is it? A drop checker. Okay, it's a little bulb that turns colors and then gives you a measurement of CO2. If it's green, there's no CO2 in your tank. If it goes yellow, there's CO2 in your tank. If it goes bright yellow, there's tons of CO2 in your tank, and you have to be careful, kind of thing. The problem with these drop checkers is simply that there's a delayed reaction to it. It's measuring the level in your tank 2 hours ago, is basically what it is. So although it's a good indicator, it's not the best way to accurately measure CO2 in your tank. Okay, so one of the ways I do it is simply this. Okay, first of all, assuming you're not putting any CO2 in your tank, measure your pH before your lights go on. Okay, this is in the morning, assuming you're turning your lights in the afternoon. This is before the lights go on. Measure your pH. If your pH, say, let's just say it's 7.2. Okay, what you want to do is pump enough CO2 into your tank at the prime time, which is like the middle of the day where the light's been on more than 2 hours and your CO2's been on more than 2 hours. You want to get that up by 1 pH level. In other words, if it's 7.2, you want to, lower it by 1 point level. So 7.2, then you want to get to 6.2. That'll give you 5 ppms of CO2 in your tank, and you want it to stay there. You really don't need more. The plants don't need more, but that's the optimal level. Okay. So what you do is measure your pH before the lights go on, and before your CO2 goes on, and then measure it again 2 hours after your lights gone, after your CO2 is gone. Okay, and then figure it out from there. If it started at 7.2, you turn it all off. You wait about in the afternoon, 2 hours after, so a little bit more if you want, and then you measure it, and it's 6.8. Then maybe up it to 2 bubbles per second. Okay, what you want to do is, remember, get that point level by 1, 7.2, then you want to get to 6.2, 7.0, you want to get to 6.0, 8.2, you want to get to 7.2. 8.2 is a little hard. You don't want to even mess with that. But you get the gist. 7.6, then you want to get to 6.6. Kind of like that, okay? Now, that is based on, the level of your pH. If it goes too low, remember, it's artificially going low, so you're not really too much affecting your fish in that case, because it's just going to pop right back up when lights are out, when the CO2 are out, okay? This is, I guess, what I call a faux measurement, okay? The second way is to use a chart. If you Google the chart, the CO2 chart, it will tell you, if you measure the KH versus the pH, it'll tell you at what level of CO2's in your tank. So you got to measure it again before the light's on, before the CO2's on, and then you measure it again, and you cross-check, and it'll tell you how many ppms are in your tank. Actually, you don't even need to measure it. If you're using the chart, you don't need to measure it before the light's on, before the CO2's on. I measure it when the CO2 and the light's on after 2 hours, and then you cross-check it, and you'll know where your your CO2 levels are sitting at. Okay. Again, just Google CO2 chart, Aquarium CO2 chart, and it will pop up. I'll make a video about measuring CO2 as well. Okay, 2 of these videos, adjusting bubbles per second and measuring CO2. I'll make 2 videos on that. That's gonna come pretty soon. But I just want to cover this in this live chat, just to get you guys going, just to hold you guys off for a bit before it comes out, just to tie the masses up a little. So if you guys have any questions about that in here, if you guys came in here to get that question or whatever, if you have any comments about it, go ahead and post it down below. And yeah, let's see if what else you guys been talking about in the chat. Okay, Sandra, I was finally able to sit in a live stream. Always missing them. Well, I'm glad to have you on board. Yeah, I changed the time, so hopefully get a different crowd in. Kind of try to maybe rotate the timing. That way, get a lot more people in. I can cover more people. Ocean King says that maybe when I pressurize CO2, I'll add 100-watt floodlight top of my 50. You could. Well, if you're gonna add 2 more, yeah, that might be a lot then. But It is cheap, so, and you never know, you could always use your 50 watts to do on another tank later if you get the 100 watts, so try that. Again, you are missing a lot of the red and blue spectrum if you use regular daylight floodlights, so look into also grow lights, okay? They have grow light floodlights, built in the floodlight standard. I have one actually on my 20-gallon right now, just to give some of the red spectrum to my plants. How often do you need refill do-it-yourself CO2, Lawrence? I think you're asking Lawrence. I don't know who Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence Kibler, yeah. Well, for me, just to answer that question, do it CO2, I have a video on that. But that usually a couple of weeks for me, sometimes a week, which kind of sucks. But that's one reason I don't do do-it-yourself CO2 anymore. Mitch asks, how do you have experience with AI freshwater prime LED lights? No, I don't. Sorry about that. Will have to go ahead and look it up. Interesting. Let's see, what else will we have here? Okay. Ian says, what's your opinion on growing dwarf hair grass with the Crew Classic LED plus LED Aquarium light full spectrum? 65K, the Crew Classic LED. I think that's the cheap one. I don't suggest growing that with anything. I don't like the Crew or the other one, the cheap versions of them. It's just horrible. I bought a couple and I hated them. Just mainly because they're just horrible, cheap lights. It's not even correct LEDs for what we're doing here. So, to grow dwarf hair grass is a little easy to grow, so it might grow really well with those Crew. And the beams work cheap. That's what I was thinking. Beams work. The cheap version of the beams work in the Crew. So, I don't know. I don't have experience doing it, but I have experience growing dwarf hair grass, which I've noticed that doesn't take too much need of intense lighting. Don't forget to show your support for amazing content. Hit that like button. Well, thank you, Madfish Diva. Hey, Inappropriate Reefer is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Arturo. He is from Panama, Central. Nice. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you. That is so awesome. I'm currently playing the Xbox on standby. Nice. Whoa, is 0.01 using the Sally free test kit for PO? Okay. Not sure about that. I am not too up and up on my Reef tank yet. Stuff knowledge. I had one before, but that was a long time ago. But I am planning to start my own Reef tanks in a bit. But that one I cannot answer. No, Inappropriate Reefer is in the house, and he could probably definitely answer that for you. So Inappropriate Reefer, if you're here, still here. Jono is asking if is 0.01 using the Sully Fert test kit for PO4 in the Reef tank too high. So there you go. Ryan says, setting up a 75-gallon Dutch. I have a few hang on the backs. I think they're about to use same money on the new filter. Best suggestion: adding CO2. Can I get a diffuser and tank that big? Yeah. Again, a diffuser. You could get either. Well, if you're doing hang on the back, you're probably gonna have to get a ceramic diffuser, bell, glass diffuser, whatever in your tank. It doesn't have to be glass, but a diffuser nevertheless. Just make sure that you're releasing the CO2 underneath, say, the output of your filter or whatever, so that it is being moved around your tank. That's the most important thing. But yeah, it's more than enough, assuming that you're going to pressurize CO2. If you're doing do-it-yourself CO2, you gotta remember, when you do yourself CO2, the CO2 is not as concentrated as pure CO2 coming out from a pressurized tank. Okay, so you have to take that into effect. Okay. Fisher, yes, I am considering. I'm going to do a mini reef tank, I guess, with probably a lot of zoos, or at least a lot of soft corals. Basically, that is. I've been thinking about doing one. I've been asking Inappropriate Reefer about doing one. I said, hey, dude, you should do one about doing a 10-gallon reef tank. Make a video about it. I'm sure it's going to get a lot of hits. He says that's a good idea, and then suddenly he came out with one. I mean, I guess I'm an inspiration to everyone. No, honestly, he did one. It was great because it was perfect because I was going to actually do one too. And he pretty much, brushed me up on everything about doing that. I also have a 55-gallon tank that used to be my Reef tank that I am holding off to actually make into a Reef tank later, a bigger version, a bigger project. I just want to get my feet wet with a 10-gallon Reef tank. So yeah, that is in the future for sure. Welcome to the chat, Valinsky Tank. Welcome to chat, Mohammed USA. Mohammed USA, what is your opinion on China-made CO2 regular on eBay or Amazon? It works great for me. That's what I usually buy. Mainly because I'm cheap. And second is I don't mind taking chances on Chinese-made stuff, depending on what it is. For example, like Night Crew and Beamsworks, the cheap lighting from them, horrible. So I know not to buy them. The regulars, I bought maybe 5 from there. And maybe I had 1 with problems. And lucky the company I bought from were very, very accommodating and switched it out for me. So in that case, for CO2 regulars, I don't have a problem with it, and I tend to go for those purchases because they are very affordable as opposed to like extreme, like expensive setup from those other CO2 places and stuff. So. Jordan, will more water changes stop algae on my Iwagumi-scape? Yes, it will help, but it really that's not the answer that you're looking for. What you should first look for is what is causing the algae in your Iwagumi-scape. Okay, too much lighting, not enough CO2. Maybe your water is bad. Maybe you should cut it with RO water or just use RO water. So. Water change. We're asking whether something takes away algae isn't the answer. The answer, my answer anyways, is always keep your tank balanced. Okay, find out what's causing the problem and fix the cause. Okay, not the symptoms. All right, make sense? So that's why I suggest. Matt Fish, you have a great luck with Coval LED, great prices. Okay, I will look into that definitely. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, and I think it is time. Let me see. Hold on a second. Do you recommend giving your plants a siesta from CO2? People like using siesta. That's really up to you. I've used it a couple of times, period for tank siesta. It's all right. I don't see any massive change in it. That affects my plants in a way. So I stopped doing that. But it could easily be done by using timers. So really, that is, I guess, according up to you, depending on how you have your tank set up and stuff. If it works for you, do it. For me, I don't use siesta period. I stopped doing that because it was just pointless for me. It worked just very well without a siesta period. Let's see, what else do we do? You want to do a Reef too, huh, Riley? Okay, definitely. It's good to see I have people interested in doing Reefs here. I will go ahead and start doing videos on that soon, for sure. Definitely. See what else people got here. Yeah, it's a lot of it. It's a lot of Q&A, and I do it alongside of all the stuff that I will be doing in a bit. So, hey, Rob. Rob from Ontario, Canada. I just got a Fluo 3.0 LED for my nice 65-gallon plant tech. What should I set it at, full or preset? It depends on what you're growing, Rob. If you don't have much plants in your tank, then you want to probably adjust it down a bit. Or, set it down a bit. If you want, you can use presets just to, simulate daylight and sunset kind of thing if you want. Really all up to you. Again, it depends on what you're planning, what you're putting in your tank. If you have it on full, then you got to make sure you have a lot of plants in your tank to use it. Otherwise, you're going to just be plagued with algae. Okay, so that's the important thing to learn. Okay, so I will be right back because we are actually going on to our next thingamabobber, Aqua evaluations. See you in a bit. Okay, guys, welcome to Aqua Evaluation. We actually have 4 submissions today, and something's kind of funky here. Oh, here we go. All right, yeah. So, anyways, I have the screen here, and it's right here by my side, and I'm seeing it actually stream. I'm seeing the lag, so it's kind of messing me up. So, anyways, first Aqua Eval is coming from Ricky and Annie. He has a 40-gallon breeder. All right, here we go. This is what we're looking at. Hold on a second here. Why is this not showing? Hold on. This is not working. Why is this not working? Let me see if I can get this to work. Hold on. Oh no, my Aqua evaluation is not working. Why is it not working? There we go. There we go. Well, that was quite silly. Why was that not working? That was my bad here. Okay, so I just want to make sure that catches up, that you guys could see it. Apologies for that little technical difficulty there. So what we have here is a tank from Ricky and Annie. He's running 2 Phoenix Planet C plus CCs. His substrate dirt and gravel, pressurized CO2 with a CO2 reactor. His dosing is macros Mondays and Fridays, micros Wednesdays and Sundays. So sounds like he's kind of doing an IE dosing method here. Looks like some kind of schedule like that. So I think that's what he's doing. He didn't specify whether he's doing that or not, and I'm not sure if he's using dry ferts or liquid ferts. Again, just a sidebar: dry ferts are way cheaper to do, and especially when you do something like EI dosing. Filtration Sun 504B, nice. Love the Sun filters, cheap, and it works for me. At least it works for me. A lot of people, I don't know. It's give and take, depends on the person, I guess, that had experience with it. Okay, so his question is, what other plants can I use? I think the dirt is making my water yellow. Is that okay? What can I do about that? It's not driftwood. I use the same wood in another aquarium with crystal clear. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this in parts here. This is his tank, 40-gallon. Looks good. Tons of plants. Looks pretty healthy there. Okay, what other plants can I use? I don't know. You got a lot of massive plants in there already. If that's the way you want it, you want the Aquascaping, you want it to look jungly, and you got it. It's good. I don't know what other plants you can put in there. You could probably put it. Actually, any plants, you got 2 Phoenix Planet Plus. See, Planet Plus in there. You got soil, so you got more than enough nutrients in your substrate. You're pumping in CO2. Honestly, you can grow anything you want pretty much in there. Pretty much anything in there. Actually looks pretty good. Okay, you got the carpeting going and everything right here. Yeah, other than that, I mean, just look at what would look good. You already have it pretty stuffed up with plants. Maybe somewhere in this area here, you might want to get some more taller plants to put in back here. Right now, there's a mess of plants in there, so I can't tell what you have and don't have. Try a water lily. Dwarf water lilies, gorgeous plants. They grow quick, especially in that environment you're giving all your plants right now. This is amazing tank in that it grows, that you're going to be able to grow anything in that tank. The dirt's making the water yellow. Yes, that will happen. So the only way it'll go away is it'll go away after time, after you do water changes and stuff like that. Sometimes happens to me too, and all I do is make it go away. The other thing is you can put Peregrine in your hang on the back filter there as chemical filtration for a while, and it will clear it up a bit. What's happening is you're getting tannins in your tanks, not from the driftwood as you said. It could be, but most likely it's from your soil. So you get tannins from your soil too. So, you could use Peregrine if you want. It's from Seachem. It's a chemical filtration that will help take it away for a while. But toss it after you use it. After it's cleared it up, toss it, because you really don't need that much. But keep it on hand. The jar on hand so you can use it later for anything else. So, used to him with another aquarium. Okay, we went through that. See, what else do we have here? Okay, there's some other pictures of his plants. It looks like you want something in your cups right there. That's a very good way to get a plant grown started, at least temporarily. It looks like you haven't planted or decided what to do with them yet. Gorgeous plants there. It looks like you got some lobelias right there. Nice. You got tetras going on in that tank. It's a very nice tank, and you got a really nice, good carpet of dwarf hairgrass going there. I like where you place the driftwood, making the plants grow in. So you got that kind of tunnel look there. That's really cool. I really like this tank. Very nice. So if you guys have any other suggestions, so they post them in the comments about his tank. Comment in the the chat, and I'm sure if he's here or if he's going to come back and watch it, he'll get you comments. But I like the tank very much. All right, next one we're going into is Jai. I think it's Jai, right? Okay, tank size is 34 gallon tank. And the lighting is a generic T8 lighting. Okay. I'm not a fan of T8 lighting. It's just so dim. But you also have a full spectrum LED. So I'm assuming it's another generic one. But it looks pretty bright. It looks like it is. It is built for aquarium plants. Your substrate, you're running a mix of ADA and some unbranded aqua soil. I'm not sure what that unbranded aqua soil is. Just because it says it's aqua soil doesn't mean that it has nutrients in it either. So keep in mind about that. But that's fine. You can mix ADA with even, inert substrate. You save some money that way. Just won't provide as much nutrients in your tank, or won't last as long. CO2, you're running regular pressurized CO2 with aqua ceramic diffuser. Your dosing flourish comprehensive. Flourish is a waste of money. That's my opinion. Flourish potassium, flourish or iron. Okay, so you are dosing potassium and iron, but I don't remember because there was more to it. I had to cut it down because you put so much on it. The flourish line is, I mean, it's nice, it's available. The problem is it's so expensive. You can do a lot more with dry ferts if you want to go that route. Okay, but I understand it's easy and it's easy to get. Okay, Sun, nice, another Sun filter, cool. So you started this on September 2018. No CO2 first. I had a huge problem with diatoms and plants dying. Diatoms will happen. Plants die back will happen when you start a tank. It will happen. It's just the nature of things. But you completely removed all the plants and rescaped it on December 2018. Okay, added 2 bags of aqua soil, so pressurized CO2, Secam Paragon. Surface skimmers still have some diatom issues, but manageable levels. Oh, okay, that's good. At least, so you did a revamp on that. That's fine. I tend to sometimes do a revamp if things go way out of control. Sometimes the easiest way to handle things is just reboot the tank. Okay, and that's nothing wrong with that. I've done it plenty of times. Now, if you're diatom, you still have diatom issues, and you're using tap water, it could be because you have silicates in your tap water. You might want to cut your tap water for water changes with RO water. So you don't have to buy an RO unit if you have like RO dispensers around you, which is something I use because I'm too cheap to, and lazy to set up an RO unit in my house. But there are times where I just go to the dispenser and just get a 5-gallon bottle and just fill it up. Get a bunch of them and just fill them up and take them home. But that's one way of doing it. It's a little pain in the ass to do, but that's the easiest way to do it, I think. And it's pretty cheap. Tanks not heavily planted have a hard time sourcing plants due to Christmas break. We'll get more in a few weeks. Okay, planning to remove the drift window. Neat idea for more plants for the left and the background of the tank, and also some suggestions on diatom control. And another AR minis and valves are melting, added last week. Okay, your AR mini and your valves are melting. Hope to God you're not using Excel. Other than that, I'm not sure why your valves are melting. I'm not sure why your Nikki AR minis are AR minis are really a pain in the butt to deal with. I don't personally like it. I just like regular ARs. Valves melting could be just place you bought it from. Just see if it grows back. Let it melt out. Take away, the dead melted leaves, but leave the roots in. And hopefully it'll grow back. You're running CO2 now, so you're fine. You're running dosing. Flourish comprehensive. I think it's a waste of money. If you really want to stick with the Flourish line, go nitrogen, potassium, and what's the 3? Nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Right, get those 3 bottles, and then dose just regular Flourish. You don't need comprehensive. Flourish as for your micronutrients. Okay, those 3 that I mentioned before are your macro nutrients. Okay, and get a bottle of iron, which was fine too. really have to use iron unless you really, really need it. But it's cool to have, and it doesn't matter if you dose a little extra iron. It's okay. All right. So that's what I suggest if you want to stick with the florist line. Otherwise, go dry fruits. So do you much better, much cheaper on anything you do. 34 gallons will last you a while if you get dry fruits. As for plants, let's take a look here. Need background plants. I know you said jungle valve. Lots of jungle valve would always look good. Look at Cobamba. Look at any stem plants. We'll do good. Rotala's good. Get regular AR minis. All right, bigger leaves and stuff will look really good in a 34 gallon at its scale. Mayacas are good. If you want simple stuff, Arachnus is all right. I mean, it's kind of your basic stem plant there. But yeah, get some stem plants and fill them out in the back. You could, if you want to go carpet. It is a little bare. I'm not quite sure what this mess is. Is that your AR minis right there? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it. But those are going to grow long. So if the way you have it put there, you might want to put them in the back. You're not going to see them in the back right now because they're not growing up. But once they sprout, they're going to get really long. I would try style repens, S repens. I'll always love F repens. Get lobelias, trim them down, and use them as kind of a more mid-ground plant. Nubius is always good. You could always get them on the rocks, which you already seem to have a couple here. Nubius right there. Yeah, if you want to go carpet, Monte Carlo is always good. HC is always a pain in the ass, but I think you might have the right setup for HC if you really want to try that. Monte Carlo way easier to grow. Dwarf hairgrass is easy to grow too. Look really good in your tank. But yeah, it's really up to you on that. Only because I'm suggesting more kind of carpeting plants to look, because you have that brown thing going on here. That is more aesthetic taste, personal aesthetics. For me, it's very brown in the front, very open area. It would have looked better if it was white sand or something. But that's just me. You might like that look, so leave it bare if you like it. If not, I would suggest going carpeting, dwarf hairgrass, or you could mix it up, patch them up. Dwarf hairgrass, Monte Carlo, things that you might look good. That might look good. Mid-ground plants, you got a lot of good mid-grounds going on here already. These plants here that you have, where is it? Here you go. It's this right here, I think. Not quite sure what that is. It's not your ARs. Might look like some Luiga or something like that. Those will go tall, so it'll grow up against the side wall, which is good. It'll block the equipment here. These right here will grow pretty tall too, unless you keep them trimmed as mid-ground plants. Remember, mid-ground plants stem plants could work as mid-ground plants. You just gotta trim it as such, okay? But yeah, it's looking like a good start. I definitely would go ahead and get those background plants, those stem plants in the back, growing in the back. Cover up that wall there, cover up the equipment, so you have this nice wall going. You got a good assortment of mid-ground plants already. Do something with some carpeting. That's what I would suggest. But it's looking good. I like it. All right, next tank we're going to talk about is from Ryan B, 5 gallon. Okay, this is a 5 gallon. He has a Stingray Planet Plus. Nice. He's using Tropica and some cosmetic sand. Okay. No CO2 in this tank yet. For dosing, he's using UNS. All in one first. Okay. Very easy to do. Filtration, Azu filtration, Magnon filter 60. Okay, this tank is used to dump plants, trimmings, so it's your grow out tank, right? Fish and other things, and I don't want it to be my main. Currently housing 4 chili raspberries and 30 cherry shrimps. This tank is recently rescaped because I was getting bored of the old look. Any tips on the scape is appreciated. It's a lot of rocks. Okay, it's a lot of rocks. So you're going with a rocky scape here. Let's see what your other photo looks like. There we go. I like that top there. That's really nice. And then what is this? I guess this is a rescape, or this is the scape before that. Looks like the scape before that, because if this is your current scape, then that is the scape before that. I like the newer look. Okay, so you got a lot of big rocks here, and this rock and this here is your feature. All right, that's what's featured in your tank. So you're going to draw the eye there. So I would get some stemmy plants, put it back here just to balance out the tank a bit. If not, then I would put a tank cover or paint it black in the back. All right, because right now we're seeing through this. It looks kind of right? Because you're seeing a wall, right? If it was in the middle of a room and you see the other side of the room, that's pretty cool, but that's not how it is. You're seeing equipment in the back of your tank, you're seeing the wall. So I would try to cover that, make it easy, maybe put a frost if you want, and make it more spacious and roomy. Otherwise, put some stems in the back here, maybe a bunch of red plants, AR reds. That would look nice over here. A little balance to the greens that you have going on here. Looks like you covered up your path here. I'm not sure why you did that. But yeah, all right, that'll work too, I guess. All right, let's go back to here. You have a little carpeting growing here. I guess it's a little hard to get going with no CO2, but it's growing probably pretty slowly, right? And you got some, I don't know what's going on over here. But grow that out, and you'll have this like grassy grasslands over here. That'll be kind of cool. And then you have the grass, the carpet grass over here. It would do it. You get that little weird cool balance here. Just make sure you keep this side trimmed up a bit when that happens. But yeah, other than that, maybe add some wood to jut out. I would. You look like you have a little piece here, but maybe something a little bigger to jut out over here. You could get that balance in the tank itself. But right now, again, your main focus is here. Okay, that is your centerpiece. So you might want to clean that up a bit if you're thinking about doing something that looks nice. I like the moss growing on the rock here that you've done here. Trim it up a little bit. It will make it really look tight. Okay, and hopefully you'll get some of that moss growing more on these bare spots here. But yeah, that's looking good. Hopefully, if you guys have any comment suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. If they're not here, they will come back and they will look at your comments. Okay, any suggestions in the tank and stuff. Next one is also by Ryan B. And we are looking at his, 15-gallon tank. His lighting is the Polyfly LED from Amazon. Okay, that's something I want to try. I want to try that light. Everyone's talking things about it, but really depends on once I get on my hand to see how well it works. Substrate tropical soil, cosmetic sand in the front. Okay, again, your mix. UNS mini regulator, nice. Paintball regulator, okay. Dosing easy green twice a week, nice. All in one fert. UNS iron once a week, okay, good. Good dosing method there, easy. Filtration the Eheim 2213. This tank has been running since October 2018. Not gonna lie, I had trouble with this tank due to not planting heavily in the beginning. You brought up a good point. And a lot of people I always suggest when they're getting into planting tanks is to plant heavily. Okay, that is your thing. You got to plant heavily, and that will give you a lot of things to play with. Not just because it's easier balance, but it gives you a lot of leeway and room in the sense that you have a lot of varieties to play with and learn from, especially if it's your first planted tank. So I always suggest plant heavily, plan it out, see what you can grow, see where you're going to put it if you're into aquascaping, and then just stick in your tank and just do as much as you can. I know it can get expensive, but you got to remember, if you get it down, or if you get it down and you get at least keep it alive, you got to remember plants multiply. I mean, a lot of people, even me, can start my own, little store that sells plants just from my own trimmings. I do it all the time. Not that I sell it, but I trade plants with a lot of people around here. And we would trade with you. Say, hey, do you have any Rotala? Yeah, I do. Do you have any blah? And perfect. Yeah, we do. Perfect trade. We trade plants and stems. We auction off at our fish clubs and stuff like that. So, assuming that you start and you do really good at it, you have a lot of plants to play with, not only just to learn from, but also later on to trade for other plants or to sell to get new plants and stuff. Okay, so that's why I always suggest going, plant as much as you can in the beginning, and also it's not that huge of an investment. All right, unless you're going for the really expensive stuff, then that's a whole different story. But if you're going for regular plants that a lot of people can have hands on, it's not that expensive. One pot you could grow in 5 pots later. 5 stems could grow in 10 stems if if you get the knack of getting into it. So don't be afraid to really plant up your tank. Okay, continue on. I had diatoms break out that looked like little brown hair due to bright lighting. Okay, low CO2 and excess nutrient leaching from tropical. Yeah, that's gonna happen. but it looks like you're balancing it out now. It's still recovering, it looks like a little. Diatom and algae are disappearing since CO2 and dosing are stabilizing. Good. I do 50% water change a week. All right, that'll cool down some of that nutrient spike that you're having in there. Just did a massive trim on the rotella in the back for a husher look. Waiting for Monte Carlo carp in the front. Well, that Monte Carlo probably, once it settles in, it's going to go really, really fast. Next goal is to get my rotella bright red. Need tips on my rotella bright red and heavy carpet Monte Carlo, and any tips on how to make scape look better as it's appreciated. Okay, on your Monte Carlo, let it settle in. All right, Monte Carlo will go really, really quick, especially with your setup soon. Anyways, assuming that the Paul fly will get you there. I don't know what the spectrum looks like on a Paul fly, since I haven't got one yet. But maybe you might want to invest in a $20 grow light, 20 watt. It's the same one that I have on my 20 gallon. Put in there. Right now in my 20 gallon, this grow light's 10 watts, I think it is. 10 watts. It was $20. It's about that big. I put it right over on top of my ARs. Okay, and the ARs are red and bushy. Okay, in addition to my current Planet Plus. Okay, my Planet Plus is giving its very thing, and I specifically concentrate all that red spectrum, that grow light red spectrum, on that side of the tank where all the AR is on top of the AR. And man, it's massive, and I will show you later in the video. So hopefully, if I ever get that video out, of how it looks and my experiment on using a grow light. Just a grow light on certain areas and stuff. So, how do you get... So, for that's for the Monte Carlo, okay? You might want to try getting it right, especially if it's a 15-gallon tank. That 20 watt will get you a long way, okay? It will cover that tank pretty well, okay? So, that's in addition to your Paul fly, too. It won't look good sitting on top of your tank. If you don't mind that, though, you can always take it away when you have guests over or something just to make it look good. But the point is keeping it on just to grow plants every day, okay? That will help grow everything in your tank really, really well, okay? And very bushy, very more full, okay? Because you already have all the other stuff, CO2, a decent lighting already, and you're dosing already. So that'll give it a big oomph, okay? So this also ties into growing your rotella bright red. The red spectrum will help that. Also, the intensity of light will help it. So if you have that red grow light and the Paul fly on it, especially towards the top, your rotella is just going to beam red, okay? Redness of the tank is not, unfortunately, all based on iron. Little to do with iron. It does have something to do, but very little, okay? The main thing about keeping plants red or making them red is intensity of light. You got to remember how plants work, okay? Plants turn red in the autumn because of the way the seasons work. More harsh sunlight. Also, they're storing energy for the winter. Okay, so what happens is it turns red. When they're storing that energy away, the sun's hitting it really pretty hard. The pigment starts pushing out red. There's a better way to explain it. I'm explaining it very, very laymanly here. But hopefully sometime soon I'll make a video, but I have to do more research on it. But it's the intensity of light that brings out red in a plant. So you have to keep that in mind too. So make sure you have iron in your tank. That's going to help. But most importantly, it's the intensity of the light that's hitting the leaves. I wish I had a photo of it. You'll see it's more red on the top of my leaves for the ARs, where the grow light is hitting it and smashing light up against the leaves right on the top, versus the bottom where it's a little more green, red. You know, you see the change in color, very, 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 very apparent. Okay. So remember, keep that in mind. Hopefully that will help you with the bright redness of keeping it red. It is intense lighting. So when you think about it, you look at it, you think, do I lower the Paul fly? Okay, you got to think about the balance of your tank. If you want those reds to go red, you might have to actually promote the rest of your plants or add more plants to handle the intensity of the light and pump maybe a little bit more CO2 in your tank so that the balance doesn't grow algae. Okay, does that make sense? So that all the plants in your tank outcompete your algae for the nutrients, right? If you're going to push that intensity of the light and push the CO2. Okay, and again, if you do that, your plants are going to grow insanely fast at the same time. So then you're going to have to plan about trimming it every week and stuff like that. So again, everything leads, A leads to B, B leads to C, C leads to D. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, I think that's it. We have a couple other pictures. Oh, no. I think Ryan, wow. No, that's right. So here's the other pictures on the same tank. If you guys got any suggestions, comments, please leave them down in the comments below. I don't know if he's, I think he's in the chat today. Duh, he just said it earlier. Just leave them down and he'll see it. There you go. There's the Monte Carlo. Yeah, once that stuff is going to settle in, it's going to grow pretty well. I don't know how long you've had it in there. Sometimes it takes them to settle longer. Maybe you might have to keep adjusting, tweaking, and playing with the balance of the tank before it really settles in. Also, check your temperature. If it's too hot, they're not going to grow as fast. Too cold, they're not going to grow as fast. Get it perfect, they're going to grow really, really well. Because you got to remember, temperature affects the way that nutrients are given off from wherever the source is, as well as how the roots in the plants take the nutrients in. Temperature affects that. It affects the soil and all that stuff too. Okay? So, hopefully that helps. I will go back to the scene here, and we are going to go back to general chat and see what you guys are talking about. All right? Let's see, where am I here? I have to load up my chat, so let me see where I'm at. Okay, I might have to skip all this. Hello, Ricardo. Good to see you in the chat. Agent Dunn 1. How are you doing? Fake name, welcome to the chat. Welcome, everyone. Verdant guy, welcome. Glad you guys are chatting up among yourselves. If you guys got any answers, any questions, go ahead and answer them. There's nothing wrong with that. Help each other out. That is the most important thing here. Quick thing for me, how do limestone affect water parameters? It hardens your water, so don't use limestone in a planted tank if you can help it. It will make your water harder. It will raise the pH. It's not, and the plants won't like it as much. Plants like, most of the plants that we use, that we do aquascaping with, like softer water. Okay? Ryan says, here's a tip for you guys. Don't buy black lava rock at LFS. Go to a landscaping company. That is true. Landscaping companies do sell way cheaper with lava rock, because you gotta remember, lava rock is used in garden, lots of gardening, right? And it works great for a tank, so it is very cheap at a rock quarry or whatever you want to go. Please cover how to send in a submission. I'm assuming a submission for aqua evaluations. Basically, I take submissions in from the Facebook group, the Waterbox Facebook group. When I do a live stream, I let people know, hey, I'm live streaming, and then I will post another post saying, please submit your aqua evaluations on this post, right? That's how I'm doing it right now. Later in the future, you're going to be able to go to the website and submit it yourself. But for right now, go and join the Waterbox Facebook group. That's where I get the submissions in, okay? Let's see. Don't most grow lights give off pink hue? Yes, it does, MFD. That's why I told Ryan, I said, remove it if you have guests coming, because it's going to whack off the lighting in your tank. I don't mind the red, because I'm the only one seeing my tank, right? If I want to enjoy my tank, I'll turn off the grow light, right? But my main purpose of having the grow light is just to grow plants. If I'm at work, right, I put the grow light on the same timer as my lights, let it go. I'm not there to see it. It's not going to affect the fish. The fish don't care. The fish love it. Actually, they hang out in the tank where the red light's at more than on the other side of the tank where there's no red light. Okay? So, the purpose of having grow lights is to just grow plants. Okay? When I have a party, when I have guests over, I can always just turn it off and just leave the other lights on where you get the regular daylight that pops the green and shows off your tank. Okay? So, yes, the green's out of pink hue, but who cares if you're just growing plants? If you want to enjoy your tank, always turn it off and enjoy your tank. And that's one thing I always wanted to people are like, oh yeah, but it goes off the pink hue. I go, yeah, and purpose makes my tank look ugly. I go, then turn it on when you're not looking at it. All right, the whole purpose of it, more than anything, is just to grow plants. All right. So, wow, sorry, there was a delay there. I loaded up the chat, but there was a delay, so there must have been a delay talking to the servers. Brian said, this is my first live YouTube chat. Thanks for taking my time to ask my siesta question. No problem, man. Again, I try to get to as many questions as I can during the live stream while we're doing everything else, Out. It's already been an hour. That's nice. Probably going to be an hour and a half stream. So, okay. Any white-tipped aquarium plants? Any experience with Louis white? Hard to grow. Hard to grow. It is hard. It's a rare plant, so you're spending a lot of money on it, and it is a little harder to grow. I've tried it once or twice before. It went for a while, but then I got bored, and then just kind of my attention went elsewhere, and then died out, kind of thing. I think Louis white's the only white-tipped plant that I know of. I have to do more research on that. I don't know on the top of my head, JJL. So, okay. So I will be right back. We're going to go and head on into channel highlights. Okay. See you in a bit. Okay. So we are at the moment where we are at channel highlights, and then it's not working. Hold on. This is annoying. There you go. There you go. Now it's working. There we go. So, our first channel highlight. We are looking at Matt's Monster Fish. Now, I like to highlight this channel. Now, I went through these channels that I'm highlighting. I actually went through them, I think, was it yesterday? No, Thursday. We had a private live chat. I do private live chats, just not to bug the rest of you guys that come here just to want aquarium videos. But the private live chats are, it's not private, it's unlisted, and it's posted in a group. So they go there and they go to live chat through the group, and we just talk about doing YouTube and how to best run YouTube. So I'm getting now my highlights from that. Because I'm like, oh look, this guy would do pretty good. So I went over to Matt Monster Fish, and this is a fun channel. Okay, now I'm not gonna play any videos only because I don't know what's gonna show on some of these, and I don't know what's gonna happen. That whole mumbo jumbo about YouTube and copyright and all that stuff. Not on a public live stream. Okay, but he does some really good stuff. He does. He mostly deals with monster fish, kind of like Joey, but he has a nice camera presence, and he's really trying to build this channel, and I think he does a really good job of doing that. He has Stingray Care Guide. I talked to him about redoing that video. I think it's a really good video for him to do. He's knowledgeable in it, and he has the capacity to do it. So I'm waiting on him to see that. Maybe I don't know if he needs help or anything like that, but he'll let me know. But he's got a lot of good videos here. So Matt's Monster Fish. So 736 subscribers. He could use more. Definitely a good guy. I think he's going to go somewhere. He has a lot of potential. Okay. The next channel we're going to talk about is Crystal Shack Aquatics. This is Carissa's channel. And I went through her channel, and she's very new. But I think, again, she does these crystals and stuff, and she talks about using crystals for aquariums and stuff like that. It's another thing that you might want to listen to. She has the creativity that's there, using some stuff that's out of the box for our hobby. And she does a lot of stuff, pet stuff and stuff. And I advise her to go an all pets channel kind of thing, because it looks like she has the knowledge and the ability to do that. She just have to work on production value, but I think this is someone that you should really keep an eye on. She does some really good videos. She has a microworm culturing video, how to make one, how to culture microworms and stuff for your reptiles and stuff like that. So she's got it. She has the ability to do it. Let's see where she goes with it. So she deserves some, subs. She's at 187. But if you want to maybe possibly see a featured YouTube star on the rise. You never know, right? It's one of those things. You never know who's going to make it, right? So the next channel and highlight I want to talk about SC Fish Keeping. This bloke, I don't know why I say bloke. I'm in LA. I don't know why I use bloke, but bloke. I could say this dude, right? Again, love his videos. He has really good camera presence. He is kind of all over the place in the sense that how his channels is put together. But I think that's just him just trying to figure out what works. 2.1 subs, definitely worth the watch, and sub and see where he's gonna go from here. I think he would go far too once he figures things out. Again, not to my own horn, but this is someone that I want to definitely work with and help build this channel, and do a little coaching, hopefully. I don't know. It depends if he wants to do it, but again, got a lot of good ideas, got a lot of good tips and stuff like that. He's got this really cool little pond thing going too. So yeah, check him out. Again, that is SC Fish Keeping. I will have to post these links in a bit. All right. The next one is Brian's Fish Tanks. Another guy to keep watch out for. He's doing a lot of videos, and he's kind of all over his place too. And there's another guy who's trying to find his place, in the YouTube thing. 12K subscribers, definitely a lot more than me. So yeah, he's doing a lot of good things. I like what he's doing there. Check out his videos and give him a subscribe if you like what he does. We like some of the subjects he's got going. A lot of things about aquarium, a lot of things about livestock and stuff. So check him out as well. So let's go ahead here. This is Monster Matt's fish room. Okay, that's Monster Matt. Oh, let me do this. Matt's Monster. Sorry, I am kind of like blobbing right now. Matt's Monster Fish. There you go. Alright, so you can see that up on the screen right now, I think. No, you guys are not seeing that up on the screen because I need to switch it. There we go. Now you guys see that up on the screen. Alright, see me playing around in the back there. Okay, that's Monster Fish, and I will link these in the description that you can after this is done. Crystal Shack Aquatics. Okay. We have SC Fish Keeping. Oh, you know what? It didn't change over. I'm sorry. I didn't hit the transition button. I'm such a dork. Okay, should we do that again? Well, anyways. All right, so Crystal Shack Aquatics, all right, is currently up on the screen. All right, Matt's Monster Fish. I am going to have to write an app to this app where I post or where I make it easier to show off channel highlights. So stay tuned for that, I guess. Right? So that's Matt's Monster Fish Keeping, and this is SC Fish Keeping. I'm assuming SC was South Carolina. Is that what it stands for? If you are in here, SC, let me know. I always wondered about that. What SC stands for. Okay. And then we have Brian's Fish Tanks. All right, all shown on the little highlighted comment box. Okay. So hopefully you guys got that. And let's see here. Let's see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Alright, first review, I got some smooth black algae growing on my Anubias leaves. Any idea how to get rid of it? It causes super low tech tank, no CO2. Smooth black algae growing? Smooth black algae? Rub it off? First of all, can you rub it off? See if you can rub it off. Other than that, I'm not exactly quite sure what's causing that. You have to give me a picture. So, Madfish Diva. I like pink because I'm a girly girl. There you go. Fish and Vlog. Chung is an ID guy, I think. He codes a bunch of cool graphics. Yeah, I do a bunch of stuff. I'm in IT. It helps. Hello, Keith. How are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Matt's Monster Fish. We'll be redoing that. Very cool. SC Fish. Yeah, I'm excited to see the redo on this Stingray. Yeah, definitely. Again, on that Stingray guide, man. Get together with me. I would like to sit there and help you out and give you some pointers and stuff. Because I really want to see that, take off for you. Because that would definitely help your channel. It's very nice when you see a video really take off in your channel. And that would really help push your channel from being small into decent size and getting you that momentum. Because momentum is the biggest thing on YouTube, Let's see, anything else, guys? YouTube lost the stats, so I didn't get any watch time other than from watches afterwards. Oh, that's interesting. How did they lose the stats on you? Yeah, YouTube can get actually wonky. SC Fish Keeping. I'm Nebraska. Actually, SC is just a nickname for the way back when. Oh, okay, gotcha. Fish Nerd Vlog just hit 1.1 sub. Nice, good deal, guys. Check out Fish Nerd Vlogs. I always get that name wrong. He's a guy that I always follow. He's fun. He's a young kid, but he has that, that edginess to him that could bring in the younger crowd into our hobby. So that's why I'm really looking at his channel. I always follow his channel, see what he's doing and stuff, and help him when I can. But he's another cool guy. Cool kid. He's trying to find himself too. Trying to find his place on the YouTube world. Priscilla, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, he can't stay? Oh, bummer. All right, next time, hopefully. She probably left already. I'm talking to myself right now. Hey, Tampa Tom. Good to see you on board. Nice, nice, nice. All right, cool. Hey, what's that? Is it that time? It's that time? I think it's that time. Oh, yeah, it's that time. You guys know what time it is? Do you guys know what time it is? Welcome to... Okay, it is that time. It is trivia time. And let me fix this because I don't know. I changed the way that it's set up on the channel or on the OBS. So it's kind of freaking out on me on the way it's transitioning to the next screen. It doesn't seem to be working all that well. Hold on, let me get this up for you guys. It's not capturing the browser. Where is it? There it is. So it captures on the previous screen, but it doesn't capture on the live stream. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So yes, guys, it is currently trivia time. Ignore that intro, that little bit of intro you might have seen. That's me giving off instructions, but the instructions have changed since then because I reprogrammed the way that trivia works. Currently in all-time trivia, live chat trivia, we have the top 5. Past the Dirt Road at 56 points. Martin K at 41 points. Jordan Payne at 37 points. 54 Punchy at 32 points. Good going there, kiddo. And Sphinx LOL at 28 points. And that's just the running total of all the trivia we've done in the live chats that I've ran. The last champion from the last live chat that we did trivia is Lumpy Dog. So congratulations to Lumpy Dog. If he is currently in the chat, which I don't think he is. I don't think I saw Lumpy Dog today. Was he here today? I'm not sure. Okay, we are running a 10-question trivia. Okay, I think the first 4 questions about fishes. Next, first 3 questions are about, fishy stuff, aquarium related, sea related. And then the next 3 is identifying, what am I kind of questions. And the last 4 is we are going into universe science, deep space universe science kind of thing. So it's those kind of questions. That's going to kind of rock your mind a little here, hopefully. And this is how it's going to work. When I present the question on the screen, you'll see, if it's multiple choice question, you'll see A, B, C, D, E. And you choose your answer by typing in pound and then the answer that you think it is. So if you think it's D, pound D. Okay, if you think it's A, pound A. Okay, and then the system will tally up a question. They'll recognize the pound as the answer to your to the question that's just been asked, okay? If it's true and false, you gotta do pound T or pound F, okay? And if it's a free-form question, it means that you have to type in the question, you have to pound and then type in your answer, okay? Sorry, not type in the question, type in the answer, okay? So if I say, what color is the dog, and the dog's black, you type in pound black. Simple as that. And then the pound signifies what's your answer, and the system will tally it up. So hopefully we won't get any lag from the system itself. I know there's a lag on the stream itself. So because of that lag, there's a timer. What I will do is actually start the timer when it hits 15 seconds, okay? So basically every question will have up to 40. When it hits 40, then I will tally up the answers that are given in the chat, okay? Are we ready? Are we ready? Is everything going on okay? Let me double check the chat really quick and make sure you guys are currently going good. Yeah, you guys are listening. You guys are seeing me just fine. All right, guys, here we go. First question will be up on the screen. Here we go. Multiple choice worth 1 point. Timer's on. What is the brown film that covers the bottom and sides of a newly cycled tank called? Is it A, brown algae? Is it B, detritus? Is it C, diatoms? Is it D, dirt? Or is it E, poop? Poop. Poop's always the answer, right? So the clock's already started. Remember, when the timer hits 40, we will tally up all the answers in the chat. So enter pound A, pound B, pound C, pound D, or pound E, depending on what you think the answer is. What is the brown film that covers the bottom and the sides of a newly cycled tank called? All right, we got 5 seconds left on the clock. Actually, let's go to 45. I remember we had to go longer last time. So we're going to 45, 5 seconds on the clock. And here we go. We are tallying up the questions. Tally, there we go. It is diatoms. All right, it's C. Although we call it brown algae sometimes, they are actually diatoms. Diatoms normally formed by the presence of a lot of silicates. A lot of silicates. Okay, so apparently it looks like Johan Aquatics got caught and SC Fishing got it too. Now I'm not sure if you guys are just taking a little long to do it. Let me double check. All right. You see. All right. Look, let's go to when the timer hits 55. It looks like. All right. Looks like there's quite a lag today. All right. So when the timer gets 55. All right. See, I can't tell how the timer is going to work until after we do the first question. Okay. Loading next question. All right. Which of the following is not an aquarium filtration system? Is it A, a canister filter, B, a sump, C, an underwater gravel filter, D, a spice harvester, or E, a sand filter? Okay, which one of these are not an aquarium filtration system? Doesn't matter how big the aquarium is. The aquarium filtration system is worth 1 point. Timer is at 20 right now. We are going to tally up at 55. Okay, so which of the following is not an aquarium filtration system? Currently, Johan Aquatics and SC Fish Keeping is on the board with 1 point. So we're at 35 seconds. So hopefully you guys get this answer. Remember, pound A, pound B, pound C, or pound D, or pound E. Okay, depending on what your answer is to this question. We're at 45 seconds now. So hopefully you guys get this right. I hope you guys get this right. All right, and we are tallying up questions now at 55 seconds. All right, here we go. D. The answer is D. Spice harvest is a large, heavy mobile factory designed to harvest the spice melange. These machines would then harvest and process spice off the top of the desert floor. Okay, and that's the Dune reference, guys. Right, if you don't know what Dune is, you're too young for this chat. You might as well leave today, or you're just not too hip enough to know what the hell Dune is. All right. All right, so what we got? Johan, SC Fish Keeping got that point, so they're 2 up. On both of them, everyone else looked like they got in. All right. It looks like a lot of people got that question right. I made that pretty easy, right? All right. Loading next question. Here we go. Which of these is the largest species of the sea turtles? Okay. Is it a loggerhead sea turtle? Is it a Kemp Riley sea turtle? Is it Donatello? Is it a leatherback sea turtle? Or is it a green sea turtle? All right. Wow. Which one of these is the largest turtle? Okay. Kind of cheated on here. Kind of messed that up. But I'll let you know what that mess up is in a bit. We're at 27 seconds. All right, which is the largest species of the sea turtles? Is it pound A, pound B, pound C, pound D, or pound E? Loggerhead sea turtle, is it Kemp's Riley sea turtle? Donatello, is it leatherback sea turtle, or is it green sea turtle? Now, if you guys are smart, you know I gave away this answer pretty quick. So I'm gonna have to program something really cool in there later so that it hides certain things. Okay, we're 3 seconds away from tallying the questions, and 3, 2, 1. We are tallying up all the answers. Hey, yes, it is the leatherback sea turtle, and if some of you guys caught it, I show the picture of the actual answer with the credits, the copyright credits, saying it's a leatherback sea turtle. So hopefully you guys caught that. If you guys caught that, it's a free point to you guys. And you guys deserve that point for being really smart. All right, sometimes called the loot turtle or the leathery turtle or simply the luth. All right, leatherback's front flippers can grow up to 2.7 meters, which is 8.9 feet, in a large specimen, and the largest flippers, even in comparison to his body, of any sea turtles. Okay, so hopefully you guys caught that, boo boo. Just a dork. All right, we got Crystal. Oh, Carissa, you're up there with the 3 points, huh? Not quite. Oh yeah, that's right, because this question is actually worth 2 points. All right, remember these questions can be worth 1 to 5 points. Okay. So Chris is up in the van. Madfish Diva is up on top there with 3, and Ryan is up there with 3. Johan Aquatics 2 and Essie Fishing 2. So you two must have missed it. Johan and Essie must have missed the answer that I just gave out there. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Let's load up the next question. Here we go. All right. What am I? We're in the what am I questions. Okay. You got to look at this picture here and you got to identify what am I. Okay. Is it A, yellow spectrum seahorse, B, a leafy sea dragon, C, a seaweed sturgeon, D, a leaf fish, or E, an Australian dragonfish? Okay, which one am I? We're at 22 seconds on the clock. We're going to tally up answers at 55 seconds. What am I? This is worth 2 points, okay? Remember, pound A, pound B, pound C, pound D, or pound E. Am I a yellow spectrum seahorse, a leafy sea dragon, a seaweed sturgeon, a leaf fish, or an Australian dragonfish? Okay? Go ahead and punch in your answers in the chat, and we will tally at 55 seconds. Now I gotta get some, music going, like Jeopardy music, da na 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 na, or something like that, I guess. But it'll be another button I have to push and probably forget to push. All right, 55 seconds. We are going tally up right now. All right, the answer is B, a leafy sea dragon. A leafy sea dragon is found along the southern and western coast of Australia. The name is derived from the appearance with the long leaf protrusions. Long leaf-like protrusions coming in from all over the body. These protrusions are not used for propulsion, rather they're used for only camouflage. Okay, and from that we got Carissa up at 5, Madfish Diva up at 5. Johan and SC coming on with 4, trailing at 4. Jesse Williams, Jordan Shoop, Ian King, Mitch, River Life, Ryan. You guys are all catching up. Everyone's still behind. I'm not going to say you guys are losers or anything, but loser. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Load up next question, guys. This is another what am I? What am I? Okay. Is this a Dumbo octopus? B, Incerata? I don't know why I even put that as an answer because I can't even pronounce it. C, blanket octopus? D, Argonaut? Or E, a blue-ringed octopus? Okay. So what am I? What exactly is that thing that you're seeing on your screen right now? We are at 23 seconds. We are tallying at 55 seconds. And let's see who gets this 2 points on this question here. Okay, remember, Crystal Shack is in the lead with Madfish Diva. The women are up ahead right now. They're beating you guys. What's up with that? I don't know. I don't know what else to say. All right, so what is the answer? Dumbo octopus, Incerata, blanket octopus, Argonaut, or blue-ringed octopus, A, B, C, D, or E. We're tallying in 1 second. And here we go. Tallying up the points. What do we have here? It is A, the Dumbo octopus. Carissa is up now in the lead. All right. It looks like Madfish Diva dropped because she did not get this answer correct or didn't answer in time. I'm not sure. Follow up by Johan and SC Fish, keeping at 6 points. The girls are still leading, guys. The girls are still leading. Okay. The Dumbo octopus was the correct answer. Most species of the dumbo octopus live at depths of at least 3,000 to 4,000 meters, with some living up to 7,000 meters below sea level, which is the deepest of any known octopus. Okay, so that's really pretty cool, and they look kind of funky as well. Okay, here we go. Loading next question. This is another what am I question. What am I? What kind of cichlid am I? This is Tanganyika cichlids. Okay. What kind of cichlid am I? Am I a convict julii, lemon cichlid, a frontosa cichlid, a Marley's Julie cichlid, or a Tanganyikan butterfly? Okay, which one am I? Pound A, pound B, pound C, pound D, pound E is a multiple choice question. This is worth 2 points, and the timer's at 26. We would tally, and again at 55 seconds. Currently, Crystal is, or Carissa, I call her by her name, Carissa, but Crystal Shack Aquatics is at 7. Johan S.C. Fish Keeping following up at 6. All right, Jesse Williams and Jordan Shoop and Idian King, Loisian King. I don't know why I'm saying Idian King. Loisian King, Madfish Diva, and Mitch M. River Life and Ryan are all following up by 5 points. And again, this is worth 2 points. And we have to tally up. It's past 55 seconds. Here we go. And the correct answer is E, Tanganyika butterfly cichlid. Tanganyika butterfly is a small, delicate-looking cichlid from Lake Tanganyika, Africa. It's a more recent addition to the cichlid hobby, just having been described in 1990. It was discovered by German Heinz H. Buscher while he was diving on the eastern side of the lake. There's a really important question I have to ask here, but why are all the people that discover fishes or species of fishes German? It seems like it's German. Right? Everyone seems, the people that seem to, discover fish seems to be German. I don't know what's up with that, right? All right. So, who do we have in the lead now? Oh, no, Carissa, you just lost the lead. What happened there? Oh, no, what happened? Johan and SC Fish Keeping up at 8 points on the lead. Crystal, Jordan, Loisian, Mitch, Rivers, River Life, and Ryan are up at 7. Following up on 7. Wow, these scores are changing pretty quick. All right, now the next questions are all, I believe, yes, all sciencey questions based on deep and outer space. So hopefully you got your science hats on. I'm a huge science nerd. I'm a huge physics nerd. I'm a huge quantum physics nerd. Love that stuff. Not that I'm an expert at it. I just love it. But here we go. Boom. Loading question up. Sooner or later, it will load a question. Hold on a second, guys. I think we are... What's going on here? There we go. Worth 2 points. This is an object in space that has an icy core with a tail of gas and dust that extends millions of miles. What is this? All right. This is the picture you see on screen right now. What is that? A moon. B, a comet. C, a star. D, an asteroid. E, a nebula. Okay, what is this? What is your answer? We're 22 seconds on the clock right now with Johan and SC Fish Keeping leading at 8 points. All right, what is this? This is a moon, a comet, a star, an asteroid, or a nebula. Okay? Get your sciencey hats on because this is all about science. We're at 36 seconds. We tally at 55 seconds. Let's see if anyone could hope to get up there before SC and Johan. Shame, Carissa, you were up there, but now the guys are up there. You ladies, gotta beat up the guys. You gotta have a ladies versus guys thing. I think I'll tally up the score, but I have to get everyone's gender for that, right? Anyways, here we go. Tallying up all the answers. We are past 55 seconds. All right. The correct answer is B, a comet. The main difference between an asteroid and comets, because I'm assuming maybe some of you guys might have answered asteroid, is that their composition, as in what they are made of. Asteroids are made up of metals and rocky materials, while comets are made of ice, dust, and rocky materials. Okay? So there's kind of a difference where the ice and stuff comes in. The ice and dust anyways. So where we're looking at, Johan and SC still keeping the lead at 10. And we got Crystal, Jordan, Loisian King, Mitch M, River Life, Ryan, keeping it up. Trying to trail them right there. Ryan Rolati, or actually, who do we lose? Go down to 7 here. I'm not sure. These scores are changing. Now, hopefully, the next question, I think the scores are different. I think it's worth 3 points now, I think. All right? Are you guys ready for this? Because it gets a little tougher. All right? Here we go. Next question. What is known to sit at a center of quasar? What do they think is sitting in the center of a quasar? Okay, is it a cosmic string? A. B, is it a supermassive black hole? C, is it a neutron star? D, is it a galaxy? Or E, is it unicorn poop? I kind of narrowed that down for you guys, but hey, you never know. Some of you guys might answer unicorn poop because unicorn poop is in the center of everyone's life, right? Obviously. We're at 30 seconds, okay? And the lead is Johan, and the lead is SC with 10 points. Crystal and everyone else at the 9-point level are trying to catch up. Hopefully you get this because this is actually worth 3 points. Let's hope that Johan and SC might miss this. And when you got 9-pointers, will get this and sit up at the top 2. Never know. This is why it's exciting. It's fun because all these questions are worth different points. All right, we are at 55 seconds. We are tallying up the points. Here we go. The correct answer is a supermassive black hole. That's what they think they're in the middle of a quasar. A quasar is an extremely luminous active galactic nucleus, an AGN. It has been theorized that most large galaxies contains a supermassive black hole with a mass ranging from millions to billion times the mass of our sun. So this is a huge black hole. It's not the same kind of black hole that they think is sitting in the center of our galaxy, but this is something more dense, something more like massive, okay? It's so massive that it's creating that beam that you see in that picture there coming out of it. So it's a lot of energy going through that. So from there, we have Johan and SC keeping it at 13 points. But here's some really funky thing here. Jordan, Shoop, she's a Shoop, right? Shoop is at 12 points in second place now, right? So here we go. All right, next question. Again, it should be worth 3 points, I believe. All right. We're still in science. Worth 3 points. Okay, here we go. All right. A binary star. This is a true or false question. So remember, pound T or pound F. All right. A binary star is a star which contains another star growing within and separates from itself over millions of years. Let me read that again. A binary star is in which a star contains another star growing within it and separates from itself over millions of years. It's an easy 3-point question. Well, it's a 50% chance of a 3-point question of you getting it. All right, is it true or is it false? Pound T or pound F, okay? Currently, Johan and SC is currently in first place with 13 points. They're head and head each other, running, going. Because I think the last question here is going to actually determine the king of the chat for the champion of this current trivia. All right, following is Jordan. Who knows? Jordan might take it, and even you 9-pointers can actually take first place because of the worth of the final question. So here we go. We're tallying up the points. Okay, binary star is in which star contains another star, and it kind of splits after a million years. The answer is false. A binary star is a star system consisting of 2 stars orbiting around the common binary Berry center. All right, it's a system 2 or more stars are called multiple star systems. Basically, 2 stars that kind of circles each other. Right, kind of like mad dogging each other, right? It's not actually split from it, but rather that it spins millions of years and then comes together at the end, creating a huge, what they think is pulsars or something like that. Anyways, pulsars is a whole another thing, and pulsars are really freaking cool as well. So here we go. In the lead is Johan, Aquatics, 16 points, SC Fish Keeping at 16 points. Jordan Soup is at 12. Oh, Ocean King Mitch Ryan is up at 12 as well. So Jordan Soup, you just lost your lead. But a lot of people jumped up there, okay? Now, here we go. Okay, this is going to be a little hard. I don't think any 10-pointers are going to get this. This is the last question. This is a free-form question. That means you have to pound and type in your answer. Okay? It is worth 5 points. This is the final question of tonight's trivia. Okay, here we go. Loading it up. Loading the question. We will actually, at 1 minute mark, we'll actually tally up the question because you have to actually type this in. For you phone people, it might be a little slow. Okay, so load. Are you gonna load? Load. Why aren't you loading? There we go. All particles are tiny vibrating strings, with each type of vibrations matching to a different particle across multiple dimensions. What is the name of this theory? All right. It is hard. That's why it's worth 5 points. All right. But it is popular. You should have heard it in tons of shows making fun of it or whatever. So you've seen memes all over. But what it is that all particles are tiny vibrating strings. This is the theory, with each type of vibration matching to different particles across multiple dimensions. What is the name of the theory? Hopefully your brain did not blow up just by reading that. Okay, we are tallying at 1 minute. We're at 43 seconds. Currently, the lead is Jordan and SC Aquatics at 16 points. But if they miss it and one of you 12 pointers get it, you might override them. Okay, we'll see how this turns out. Usually there's 20 questions to the trivia, but I only did 10 tonight just because I was lazy finding questions. Okay, tallying up now. This is a free-form question. Pound whatever your answer, right? Tallying it up. Here we go. It is. The correct answer is either string theory, superstring theory, or superstring. All right. The string theory is a hypothetical explanation that all potentially unify all matter known to the universe, big or small. String theory does this by throwing away the idea that subatomic particles are point-like, instead replacing the notion with tiny vibration bits of energy called strings. So basically, you see, what happens is that there's the theory of relativity and there's quantum physics, and both of these sciences, helps us figure out things in space and physics and stuff like that. But a lot of things don't match with each other. One of the science says the other thing to the other science. What string theory does is it is the answer to everything. That's why they say it's the answer to everything, or a theory to everything, right? Basically saying that each particle rotates or vibrates on a certain vibration, and it's done across multiple dimensions and stuff. So that creates, and that opens a lot of possibilities of things that we can't understand or can't achieve, like time travel and all that kind of stuff. Again, tons of stuff to get into, and that, of course, is an Aquarium channel, not a physics channel. But anyways, congrats to, we have a tie here, Johan Aquatics and SC Fish Keeping. They've been way up top on these things, man. Nice going to you two. All right, so congrats to our champions, Johan and SC Fish Keepings, for this trivia. And I will see you in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, guys, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that trivia. Tonight's trivia, anyways. We are now coming towards the end, so we're just going to chit-chat. If you guys have any other questions or comments, leave them down below. And let me catch up with chat here. Right now, everyone's... Okay, cool. Looks like there's still questions or answers from the trivia. Quantum, heat, energy, string theory. Oh, Krista, you did pound. I don't think it picked it up that way. Oh, you answered after anyways. Blah, I wanted to delay my answer, or if our answer was hidden, it would be better. Kinda. But I can't hide your questions if you're typing it in chat. And my application is reading the chat to filter out all the questions. But it's okay. I mean, most of it is more about how many questions can you answer, whether or not you get it right or not. I guess you can copy people, I guess. That's why I had the time thing, but then the time thing is hard to work around with. The time limit thing, because of the lag. Everyone's lagging differently. That's the problem with that. But again, this is all in fun and games. No one's really winning anything other than bragging rights. Johan, SC. Let's see here. Say Long Island Fish Guy. Thanks, man. Glad you guys loved it. Yeah, Zach is here. Matt's here. Everyone's here. Everyone's kicking back and hanging, having fun. So any other questions or anything about fish or anything like that is cool. Don't ask me about any quantum physics or physics questions because my mind is blown right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the trivia. We'll go for another 5 minutes of any Q&A and stuff like that. And we'll call it good night. And for those of you guys coming in from TJ or anyone that's interested in, learning more about videos and doing YouTube channel and stuff, check out the Green Team Alliance group or the Aquarius YouTube Coalition group. The Aquarius YouTube Coalition group is my group. That's the group that I'm going to start with a handful of people. and help coach them to make bigger channel thing. We're gonna be a little common group, just helping each other out. But anyways, that's beside the point. That's in the future. But for those of you guys that are interested in that, I am doing live stream tomorrow at 5 a.m. A private unlisted live stream, so you have to get to it from one of those groups. Okay. And we are going to go through analytics. I'm going to try to explain as much analytics to you as I can. I don't completely understand every single of it, mainly because the old analytics that you're seeing right now, there are tons of analytics. Some of it don't even work correctly, and YouTube says so. Don't work, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is not working right? But the main thing is what you want to concentrate on, and they have the new studio where they changed a lot of stuff and made it a little easier to understand. But we're going to go through it because a lot of that is important to understand when you're doing YouTube videos, you're doing a YouTube channel, and how to grow from that. And I'm going to try to explain all that. So anyways. Yes, Madfish Diva said, did you hit that like button yet? Did you? Yeah, you haven't? Hit the like button. Please do. It helps a lot. I think it does help. If not, it pumps up my ego, right? LFIG is in here. LFIG, dang it. Now you're going to make me think. I'm not going to think. Oh, Long Island Fish Guy. Got it. I was a little slow there. Sorry. Hey, running this live stream, it takes a lot out of me. Okay? Loation King, centerpiece for a 75-gallon tank with cardinals, non-angelfish. There's a lot of things you do with centerpiece. A nice outcropping of rocks. A nice looking driftwood. Nice looking driftwood would look good. A nice way of looking driftwood. Lots of plants planted in there. It all depends. You could just go all plants as well. So I don't know. With lots of cardinals, anything looks good. Cardinals. If it's green, it'll look really good with cardinals. So if you have a centerpiece of maybe driftwood with lots of Java ferns and green plants, it will look good. Just outcropping in the middle of the tank. Centerpiece. Could be side and left or right, or center. Up to you. Depending on what you think will look good in your own aesthetics. Again, Joy asks, HC keyboard or Elitane hydropiper, which is more beautiful? I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't know if they look good or not. It depends. Does it look good in my Aquascape? What do I plan to do with it? That's how I judge whether or not it looks good or not. In general, does it look good? They all look good. They're plants, right? But which one's more beautiful? Depends on how you dress it up. I think that's my answer. I think maybe that's a what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, but a simple answer, but that's my answer. Depends how you dress it up. What do you put it in? What's around it? What kind of scape are you creating? You could take the ugliest plant and make it look gorgeous if you scape right. If you scape stuff around it, look gorgeous to make it stand out and stuff. Now, I've seen people do that hundreds of times. Are you cheating? Are you cheating, SE? Shame on you. No cheating. Honestly, I can't stop cheating. That's the problem. Even if you did cheat, there's nothing I can do about it. Right? SE uses the magic 8-ball. Ha ha. Cute. But you gotta have, I am giving a lot of time to answer. That's why I had the time limit used to be very, very short. It used to be like at 25 seconds. So people only had like 5 seconds to answer. But I found it was not fair because a lot of people had a lot long lag based on what they're using, like a phone or a PC or whatever, or based on the internet connection. So, Joy, you're talking about in the shrimp tank for that? HC Cuba probably would look really good in a small nano shrimp tank, but only because you're talking about scale at this time now. So, yeah. So is that all the chats? Am I caught up with chats here? Oh yeah, looks like it. Any other questions? Any other comments? Leave them down before I say goodnight, because we are actually going an hour 44 minutes, which is about the same time. It's about my live chat goes around an hour and a half if I do all these things with the the evals and the trivias and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people from the TJ came in here see a structured live stream that I usually, pull and make work. But I wanted to see that live streams do work. But there's a whole big discussion about live streaming and whether or not it does it ding your channel. It kind of does, but it also helps too in a lot of ways. So it's kind of a give and take type of thing, So, but we'll hit that sometime in my workshops, in my Aquarius YouTube workshops, right? SC Fish, you're on your phone, so no chance to keep the record. Yeah, you just type fast. I have big fat thumbs. I can't type that fast on my phone. Jesse, what is the Sunsun 3042 big enough for my sim? Probably not. I have a 304 on my 40, and that was just about right. I think you could go 2 or go bigger on a 72-gallon tank, but that's something I have to research for you if you really need to know. If you do, just IM me on Facebook. Whatever. Yeah, SCU's enhancing products. I'm sure. Who won? SC Fishkeeping and Johan. Well, topped. I forgot how many points. Was it 20-something points or something? Not sure. Huh. Anyways, guys, had a lot of fun tonight. It was great. I hope you guys had fun as well. But it looks like we are really good to go. I hope you guys had fun tonight with everything. I'm going to go ahead and cut off right here and say goodbye. Remember, I love you guys. Stay wet with your tanks. Have a lot of fun. I will see you guys out there either in the Waterbox Facebook group, in the TJ Facebook group, in the YouTube Coalition Facebook group, whatever. Wherever you keep in touch with me, I'm usually there. So I will see you later. Over or out. And you guys have a lot of fun out there. Bye.